To really enjoy the LG G5, you're going to need to get to know its friends. Friends is what LG calls the modules which extend the LG G5's functionality. They will do so by removing this bottom part of the G5 and slotting in something new. Well, we've been trying out the first three of LG's friends. That's the LG HiFi Plus, the Cam Plus, and the 360 Cam. And this is a quick look at how they work and what they're like. So for a start, you need to know how to take out the LG's module slot here. You can see on the side there is a little button which you give a solid press and then slide out the bottom section of the phone. The battery comes with it and you snap the battery off of the base like so. And this you need to keep safe because it's the bottom of your phone, and when you stop using a module you'll need to put this back on. So for now we get rid of that and we come back with the first module we're going to look at, which is the Cam Plus. So the battery slots back inside here like so, or not. Helps if you put it around the right way, which is an interesting point here because it's very hard to get this wrong. When you try and put things in the wrong way around, they don't go. So LG's pretty much thought it through for making it easier for everybody to use. Slide the module back in, click it home. And obviously when you take these modules off, the phone will stop working because you're taking out the battery. So you need to turn it back on to get everything working, and you do so of course with the rear button here. So while that's powering up, you can see the extra size that the Cam Plus module gives to the LG G5, and there's a very good reason for this. It's because there's a big battery inside, and the way that that works is actually quite clever. Every time you use the camera using these physical buttons on the Cam Plus module, it gives the battery inside the phone a quick boost. So you'll find that during the day of use you really won't use much of the phone's internal battery, but you'll just end up using the Cam Plus module, and it's quite a good way of doing it. We've used this solidly for an entire afternoon of taking photos, and the main battery has hardly been touched. It's all just the Cam Plus module, so you can take that off again and then put it back to normal and you've got still a fully charged battery. So the advantage here is you have a two-stage shutter release, so a slight hold down to take a picture and then fully depress it to take it completely. That second button here is for activating video, and there is a physical scroll wheel here for the zoom. The G5 has an excellent zoom feature, which is actually pretty good in terms of smartphone zoom systems. They call it a hybrid, and you'll notice here, probably not the best background, but you'll see as you zoom in that it switches between the G5's normal camera lens and its wide angle camera lens, which is how it manages to get really good zoomed in and zoomed out pictures. The Cam Plus also has a way to switch it over so that you can just charge the battery using the system straight away, and we think that's pretty good. So this is around $70, and for the battery side of it it's quite helpful. For the camera side, not really that helpful, but that's the first module that we're looking at here. So we unclip this again, and this time we get rid of the Cam Plus module and we come back with this. And this is the Bang Olufsen HiFi Plus. This adds a high-res audio DAC to your LG G5. Cleverly, make sure you don't lose this if you actually buy one, because the cover comes off. But this cover, the USB-C socket there, when it's connected you can plug this into your computer and use it as a HiFi DAC. So that's pretty cool. It has a headphone socket down here, and that adds a second headphone socket to your G5. So again, we put the battery onto here, like so, and we slot it into the G5, and a click takes it home. Now, we've been trying the HiFi Plus module out on a European G5. This is an American G5, and you get this message. And that's because the HiFi Plus module does not work with the US G5s. And it's a real shame, because even though I'm no audiophile, I could notice a difference using high-res files over regular downloaded music files or those ripped from CDs. And it actually offers a considerable benefit, more so than the Cam Plus. And it's a real problem for LG not to sell this in the US. It's a great shame, because it's the one we'd actually buy. It makes a difference to your phone. And it also doesn't make it huge. It only extends it by maybe a few more millimeters at the bottom, and it's no heavier. So that's a real shame. It's a big disappointment that you are not going to be able to buy this if you live in the US. In Europe, you're fine. You can buy it, enjoy it, we'd recommend it. But otherwise, unfortunately, not so much. So moving on from the HiFi Plus module, the final accessory, because it's not a module for the G5, is this. And it is the 360 cam. And as the name suggests, it's a 360-degree camera for the G5. Now, what makes this really special is, in a way, the price. This is $200, and that's an excellent price for a 360-degree camera. We're used to seeing costs about double of that. And from our tests that we've done, the quality is superb. It records in 2K resolution for video. It takes brilliant 360 degrees still photos. It's incredibly easy to use. It works with Android and with iOS. You can download LG's Cam Manager app for your iPhone, so you can just buy this and use it regardless of which phone you own. And it slots in to the holder like that. Single button, single press to take a still, hold it down and it will start recording video. You can use it on your phone too, and that will give you a viewfinder, so you can walk around looking at your phone while you hold this up high. We do recommend using this with a monopod or something like that, and it handily has a tripod mount underneath. It requires a micro SD card, which is slotted into the bottom here, and rather annoyingly, because it actually needs one, LG don't supply you with one, so you're going to either have to have one or buy one yourself. And it's charged up using a USB Type-C connection there. Now, this is our favourite of LG's friends so far. We've used it a few times, it's a lot of fun. There's easy ways to use it, less easy ways to share, but that's not LG's fault. That's the problem with the lack of 360-degree photo support on Facebook and Twitter and other social networks. But otherwise, it's a lot of fun to use because it opens up new avenues of creativity for using photos. And we've enjoyed using it a considerable amount, particularly good value as well. So that's the accessory we're going to recommend to you at the moment out of LG's Friends collection. And it's one you can use whether you own a G5 or not. Whether that's good news for LG is something that will come and be known in the future. But for now, we recommend picking up this, certainly over the Cam Plus module, but we do still love the LG G5. You can read all the details about LG's Friends on Digital Trends right now.